Hey you guys. So, um, I just want to talk about how I've been lately. Um, so you guys know I started a new job and everything like that, and sorry, my ear is itching. But anywho, so I started a new job. This has been my third week. Um, and I told you guys, like I do like my job and things like that. And the only problem is like my feet pain has been like excruciating basically because I cannot stand, like, even when I work a short shift, right? I can work like a very, very short shift and my feet will be in so much pain. I feel like they're swollen. They don't look swollen at all, but they feel like it. They're painful. They feel like my tendons are tearing, and they probably are. Um, my Achilles heel is even hurting now, like my ankle part, well, my Achilles heel, like the whole entire foot hurts, the bottom of the feet especially, and like near the big toe, that muscle, or not muscle, that bone that sticks out near, like, that big round ball, I don't know what it's called, but anyways, that part hurts. I have bought in several types of shoes, probably not good quality shoes, but hopefully when I do get paid finally, I can invest in like a really good pair of shoes, even if it's a little bit pricey, because like these Walmart shoes, they ain't gonna cut it. Like they're cheap and they, whatever. I can buy several pairs of them, and I have. But the problem with that is the more bad shoes I walk on, or that I walk in, the worse my feet has been getting, right? And I don't want to reduce my hours, even though like I already took off a couple days last week on my second week, which is crazy. Um, like I don't want to continue doing that. Um, my feet literally are in pain every single day. It's not even just from work. It's like when I'm at home doing simple chores around the house, like laundry, or watching TV, sitting down in the bed, elevating my feet, putting ice on my feet, like doing dishes, whatever the case may be, my feet are still in pain, right? So they've gotten to a point where, like, no matter what I do, if I'm barefoot, if I wear slippers, if I wear anything, like, my feet are in pain. So I need to figure it out because I want to keep my job. I would not recommend not having a job and just doing YouTube, straight YouTube, because you never know, like, because YouTube fluctuates a lot. And even though I would love to just be an entrepreneur, and that's my goal, is like, doing a career and passion that I love doing, and doing that for my as my job. But for right now, I haven't been able to do that, for a lot of reasons. But YouTube fluctuates a lot, the income fluctuates a lot, and you never know what you're going to be making officially. But with a job, your rate of pay, if you go every single shift every day, you can calculate about how much you will make each month, right? Um, or each pay period, paycheck. So, like, I wouldn't recommend just putting all your eggs in YouTube basket and saying, okay, like I'm gonna be super successful, which you probably will be at some point, but even the people who go viral don't always stay viral, basically. You know what I mean? Like, it'll start dying down, and like they'll start making like money still, but it won't be always the same. um so I would recommend still keeping a job. um I know it's hard to find a job, especially right now, because I've done it. I've been there. Like job searching takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication. And then at the point like and then getting rejection. I've been through so much of that. Rejection after rejection. Um and the thing is like I don't necessarily have a like a job where well, okay, so I've worked several jobs and so I have a lot of experience on a lot of different things, right? And I've gotten a pretty decent paid jobs. Not all of them were minimum wage. Some of them were way above minimum wage. Um, I don't have a associate's degree, a college degree. I didn't go to a 4-year university. I went to a community college for like the first year, but I didn't get an associate's. I didn't finish. Um, I don't want to go back to school and spend a lot of money. And even with FAFSA help and all that stuff, I don't want to take out no loans. I'm already struggling as it is. I don't need to be taking out no loans. Um, and I feel like all the jobs I've gotten is way more pay than what most graduates going into their profession would be getting. Like not always, but entry level positions. Um, uh, I've seen some college people still like not even get into the profession that they want because those jobs won't hire them sometimes because they don't have no experience or they're I don't know what what the situation is for them. But anywho, for me, I don't I haven't had a college degree to go ahead and get high paying jobs. I've gotten high paying jobs because God has blessed me, but I have not I don't I don't want to go back to school and not that there's anything against people who go to college, that's fine if that's what they choose to do, but I don't necessarily believe that you need to have a college degree to like get a high paying job. Like yes, you definitely can, and some places prefer or will not even hire you unless you have a college degree for that specific profession. But other jobs will pay you a lot more even with no college degree, right? You just have to have a lot of experience in a lot of different things. And with what I have done, a lot of different job careers and things like that, I have a lot of skills that are very useful. And yeah, so my whole point is don't quit your don't quit a regular job just to do YouTube full time. At least not for right now. Maybe like when you start seeing a good pay consistently from YouTube, like for a long period of time, maybe then you can kind of, maybe cut down to part time or side gigs or whatever you want to do. Not telling you what what you should be doing, but like that's my advice because like I'm not monetized yet, but at the same time, I don't want to just rely on YouTube when I do get monetized because I feel like it's better to supplement your income instead of just relying on one job and when that falls through, you don't have nothing to fall back on. I've done that before. And so I hope to get monetized. I'm so thankful that my subscriber count is going up, my supporters. I really appreciate you guys that you guys care enough to tune in and want to hear about what I'm up to, what I'm the advice I'm giving you, or just watching my videos because they're entertaining to you. But also like it's not just about the subscribers. I know I need watch hours, things like that. So, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos all the way through and like subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, commenting. You guys see I comment back. I really appreciate the love and support you guys have shown me and like me being vulnerable and coming to you guys and saying like I like my job. I mean, you know, it's very, it's not hard, right? It's not even just about the difficulty or easiness of the job. It's more like if I wasn't in pain all day long and counting down every minute and every hour that goes by, even when it's busy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go home because a break does not do it for me. Getting a 15-minute break, a 30-minute break, or whatever is not enough for me. So I literally count down every minute, every hour that I'm working because I cannot stand the pain, right? And I don't want to quit my job. I don't want to reduce my hours. I want to be at a point where, I'm there and stable and keep one job. Like, I literally have two jobs right now, but my first job, the Subway job, right? Um, I'm only on call, which is so nice because if there's a day where I'm not working my other job, my hospital job, I can go into Subway if they need me, or if somebody calls out, or somebody doesn't want to work the shift, or whatever. I can always fill in, right? And I can always make money that day. Um, but um, I'm thankful that, like, they're willing to be flexible with me. Even the hospital job is technically I'm on call, but they've given me kind of like a set schedule for right now. But I'm not like necessarily required to be there. Like if things come up, they're more understanding than if I was like a full-time employee is what they would count. I technically have full-time hours right now, but if something comes up for me and I can't work it, they're understanding, which is so nice because it takes the pressure off of having to be there and not being able to, like, having that count against you, like, oh my gosh, oh, I have this many call outs or whatever, and this counts against me, and now I'm gonna lose my job. Like, it's not like that. So, I did have an issue with one of my coworkers last week, and I don't like that because I want to feel comfortable at my job. And I know you're not gonna get along with everybody. I'm not trying to be everybody's friend. I'm just there to work. But I want to be able to, like, you know, have a cool environment, which all the rest of the people I've met have been really nice and cool and, whatever. For some reason, this girl that I work with want to hover over me, right? And act like she my boss. She only been there a week or two more longer than me, right? But no, she want to come correct everything I do, talking about, well, this ain't the way we do it. And okay, I'm like, I was taught to do it this way, right? So this is how I'm gonna do it. And she was like, no, but I was taught this way, and she told me she was taught that way by the same person that taught me, who trained me. And I'm like, that don't make sense. She's like, well, everybody else does it like this. I'm like, I've never seen anybody do it like this. And I know I'm new, so I can't say that, but she was getting on my nerves. Everything, literally, I'm not even exaggerating. Everywhere I would go, because it was just me and her. I don't know why they put me and her together since she's new and I'm new. That don't make no sense to me. But yeah. So like we both were like, and I knew how to do more things than her, surprisingly. Um, but this chick want to be like, you know, this is not how you do it, and hover over me and correct my work. And I'm like, dude, like, who are you and why are you by me? Like, I kept telling her, I was like, I got this, I'm good, I don't need your help, I'm good, this is the way I was taught. And she wouldn't get it through her head, basically. She kept following me around, being like, and even when she seen the look on my face, and like I was getting annoyed and frustrated with her, right? And I would walk away because I didn't want to go off on her. And I'm not going to do that because, like, she's not worth it. But anywho, I walked away, and she want to come and like check my work and like fix it to her liking. So I told the girl that trained me, right? I went back to work today, obviously. So I talked to the girl that trained me, and I was like, I had this issue with this girl, and I already told them and then my boss about it. My boss wasn't really like trying to hear me. She was kind of trying to in a way take a side, even though she said she wasn't. But anywho, she was like, uh, the girl that trained me, right? She was like, yeah, you're doing it right. She was like, I don't know what that girl's talking about, but she's been doing that ever since she started and trying to correct other people. And she was like, I already had a talk with her. Like, you can't just do things your way and then say that everybody has to do them your way. That's not the way we do things. So I told her, I was like, well, at these points in times, that these things that you taught me how to do this way, this is what I've been doing. And she's like, you're doing it right, right? And I told her, I said, well, I talked to the boss about it, and it seemed like she didn't really want to hear me out, basically. Like, like, it's not that she didn't want to hear me out. The way she was kind of like, well, we need to work as a team. And I told her, I was like, I've been working as a team, like I'm a team player. I just don't want somebody who is not my boss trying to come over here and hover over me and follow me and trying to correct everything I do when I know I'm doing it right. Like, I know I'm new, but this is the way I was taught. I'm doing it the way I was taught. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I told her, I was like, but the boss said this, and she was like, um, besides being a team player, she said, she's a little bit newer than you, and I'm not trying to take sides, and um, but you guys, I was like, I don't think it's a good idea for us to work together, me and that girl. I told my boss that, like, um, like, we don't work well together, basically. And I was like, I'm willing to work with her as long as she's not trying to, like, hover over me, come correct me and stuff, like things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, but my boss was like, when you work as a team and I don't know, basically like get along or whatever. And it's not like we didn't get along. I just had some feelings about why she doing all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was so, I guess the girl that was training me, she was like, I guess she's afraid of doing it wrong. So she's like, which don't make sense to me. She's overdoing things because she's afraid she'll do it wrong, but she is doing it wrong. Because when she was trying to correct me and showing me how to do things her way, supposedly, it wasn't even correct. But that girl claims that this is the way she was trained, and no, she was not. Because when I talked to the girl that trains all of us, she did not train her like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And everybody else, like, that works there. Sorry, I'm stuffed up right now. Has not been doing it the way that girl was doing it. But anywho, I guess that girl has a hard time accepting help or training from people because she doesn't want to listen to them. She wants to do it her way, and that's an issue because it seems like she's not being a team player, or she's not willing to listen and take in the training and be like, okay, this is how they want it done, and blah blah blah. It's cool if you find your own way to do the jobs easier or what works for you, right? I don't have no problem with that. But like, don't go correcting other people. Like, if you want to do it that way, how you're doing it, when you're doing that on task, do it that way then. If it makes it easier for you, but don't come try to correcting somebody just because they're newer than you and you're like, oh, well, I want to train them, but I don't know nothing either. Like, that girl don't know nothing. I had to teach her some stuff because there was some stuff she had no clue on. And it was very simple things. And so, yeah, so it's like, that bothered me, that irritated me, and I didn't really like the response my boss kind of said. It was like kind of taking her side and talking about she means well. Okay, you known her a month or so. She could be meaning well, sure, but she don't need to be doing all that. And so the girl that trained me, she went ahead and told my boss about, like, what happened, and even though I already told my boss, but, like, what happened, how I feel about that girl, and how that girl is kind of difficult to, like, train, basically, because my trainer was the one that trained her, and she was like, yeah, she had a very difficult time, and I kind of need to retrain her and stuff like that, because she's not understanding that this is not how you do things. And so, yeah, so it's not me that's frustrated with her either. But anywho, enough with her, because she don't deserve that much time of my time anyways. But anywho, so my feet are in pain. I literally run up and down the elevator every single day. Like, take trays, come back down, get more trays, set up trays, wash dishes, go get dirty dishes, come back, wash them, go back up. Like, I stock things, like, fill things, all types of things. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a very basic job, if only I wasn't in pain. But because I'm in pain all day long, my focus is on that. And it's hard to exercise, it's hard to basically walk around my house and do simple things. That's why my house is kind of messy, even though I clean it all the time. You guys see me clean all the time. You guys see me have my kids help out, because I don't believe that a person who lives in the home should do nothing. Like, we all live here. We all need to take care of our home together. And it teaches kids, um, like, responsibility, independence, because they're going to grow up one day and they're going to have to learn how to take care of their own home. And if they didn't learn, or they never did it while they were living with you, they're not going to know how to do it for themselves. Their house is going to be disgusting. They're not going to know how to take care of their bodies. They're going to smell like, like, these are basic things. Like, they're not too young to be cleaning. They're not too young to be having responsibilities. Take care of your room, like, take care of our home, clean up after yourself when you eat. Like, I don't have to do everything for you. You guys are old enough. And yes, I'm their mom. Yes, I sometimes enjoy doing things. But, like, God forbid something happen. And so, I don't need to do everything for y'all. I'm teaching you guys how to do things so you guys could be more self-sufficient and be more independent. And, like, that helps them. Because, like, my kids need that regulation. They need that, they like to learn. They like to know how to do things. Like, my youngest, he's 4, about to turn 5 this year. And at, like, 1, he was learning how to sweep and vacuum because he wanted to. He saw me do it. He saw his brothers do it. And he's like, I want to try it. I want to do it. He loves cleaning. All of them do. Sometimes they be in the mood to clean, and I'm like, dude, I don't feel like cleaning. They'll still go ahead and get the vacuum out, pick up, like, simple things. Kids need to have that structure. I'm not one of them parents that's going to do everything for them. Sorry, I'm not one of them. There's some parents out there, good for y'all. You want to stress yourself out every single day and do everything, literally everything for your kids. And they're old enough to do it for themselves. Kudos to you, because I'm not going to do that. My kids know how to feed themselves. They know how to make their own food sometimes. Not necessarily, like, cook on the stove or in the oven. They know how to microwave some stuff. They know how to make sandwiches. They know how to, like, fix their own place. They know how to wash their own place. They know how to load the dishwasher. I don't let them touch sharp objects, things like that, of course. But they know how to, do simple things. They know how to clean the kitchen, bathrooms. They know how to clean the living room. They know how to clean their rooms. They know how to clean outside. They know how to do a lot. If you give your kids the chance and independence to do these things and actually teach them, don't expect them to know how to do everything. You got to teach them. You got to do it with them a couple times. You got to show them first. Do it with them a couple times. And then monitor them so you can see without doing it for them, monitor them, see if they can do it, and then help out where you know where they're struggling, and then stop helping them. Let them do it. Even if they mess up a little bit, guess what? They're gonna learn. Like, oh, okay, I didn't do it right this time. I didn't do it right this way. Okay, let me try again. Let me fix it because I know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's not that difficult. But anywho, I have all boys, so I'm trying to raise young men and then eventually grown men. I'm not raising grown men, but I'm saying I'm trying to raise young men. And I'm not trying to have them rely on me for everything and be dependent. Nope. Sorry. Nope. Y'all gonna learn because there's some adults out there never were taught how to do anything. And it's not their faults necessarily because nobody taught them or showed them. But at the same time, I'm trying to have my boys know how to take care of their bodies. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be smelling like BO, living on their own and stanking up the place and being disgusting, even though they're boys. But they gonna know how to take care of their home. There's men out there who know how to take care of their homes very well. Sometimes better than some females. But then there's other times where some men do not know how to do that because it's no shade to nobody. It's just the fact that they weren't taught. You know, like they don't maybe even are even aware of that, you know, their condition is not livable or their body is smelly or they don't know how to take care like hygiene. They were never taught. They don't know how to do it properly. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't know how to take care of the home properly. Then maybe they're unable to. And that's no shade to nobody because there are situations and circumstances where those are, you know, barriers. And I understand that because I have pain. I don't keep my house spick and span and clean, right? I try to, my best, but it don't always come out that way. So I understand. It's pretty messy though, but that's because you know we all throw things around the house. But anywho, I do have time that I take out to clean it. But anyways, um, so I've been going through a lot of different things. Um, I set goals for myself this year, but I haven't really been reaching them. I've been moving backwards, kind of in a way. I feel like I have been, right? I've been trying to, you know, stay strong in my faith, and sometimes I don't always do that every day, right? And I know we all have this where it happens to us where, like, there's points and times in our life where we backtrack. We stop going to church as much. We stop listening to sermons. We stop reading our Bibles as much. We stop doing praise and worship. We stop you know, dedicating that time to talk to God and do Bible study time. We stop, I don't know. It's like a spiral of things, right? And that has been happening to me, right? I've been going through some depression and a lot of stress um, and pain and overwhelmingness and everything, right? And it's been hard. And I need to turn on this light because, hold on one second. Can't even breathe right, y'all. But yeah. Now you guys can see me a little bit better. Yay. Anywho, look at my little, I don't know what this is, like a shawl. It has little pockets. But anywho's, yeah, it's keeping me warm. I think I caught a cold. But anyways, okay. It's keeping me nice and warm. It's kind of like a snuggie. But anywho's, so yeah, I've been going through a lot of different emotions and feelings and I it's been making it more hard for me to stay motivated to my goals and not even just like simple goals like oh drink more water or walk more steps or blah blah blah. Like me kind of like uh backtracking, like backsliding with my faith is not necessarily backsliding, because I still, pray here and there and all that, but and I'm not doing it as often as I feel like I want to be doing it, right? I want to be I want to be praying more. I want to be more mindful and like intentional with my with going to church, and not necessarily having to go to church specifically, but like reading my Bible or watching sermons. I still listen to my K Love channel and gospel music and things like that, right? I still do that, which is great. um but things that I used to do or enjoy, I don't do as much. um I don't have a whole lot of like feelings of joy and happiness. um I'm more stressed and overwhelmed and feel like it's a lot, right? Like starting a new job, not having income like you want, not being stable like you want, not reaching the goals that I want, like, you know, losing weight. Like I did lose actually a couple pounds, which I'm surprised because I don't even feel like I have. But I'm surprised and I'm glad. But strengthening my body, strengthening, and self care. Like I do self care here and there, maybe not every single day. But I try to do at least one self care thing for myself every day. Um, and sometimes, like, I forget about myself and don't even think about, like, okay, I'm important too. I need to love on myself and, do something like, if I want to soak my feet or put my face mask on or, take a bath or, I don't know, paint my nails or give myself a pedicure or manicure or eat my favorite, food or dessert or listen, I don't know, whatever it may be, right? Um, it's been hard to do them things, right? Because depression takes a big toll. People don't understand depression. They don't take it seriously either. And I used to be one of those people because I thought depression was just like a made up thing, right? I was like, well, depression, okay, they can come out of it. Like you can come out of it, but it's really hard when you have a lot of other things like PTSD, like um postpartum, like I believe postpartum is not just right after like labor. Um, I feel like it can go on for years because I've been pregnant. I have four children. My oldest is turning 9 this month, so I've had a kid every year from, well, not every year, from 2016 to 2020, right? So I've had 4 kids between that time. Um, my body never really recovered fully, and my muscles and strength has not been restored yet. And I didn't do all the stretching and workouts after each pregnancy or whatever. And I've basically been in survival mode my whole entire life. I've never had the time to just relax and do nothing and not be responsible for nothing and no one. So it's hard to think about myself or like even doing things I want to do or take care of me and love myself and things like that. Um, so yeah, so there's like a lot of barriers and things that have contributed to depression. It's not just one thing. Um, there's a lot of other things that arise. Like our nervous system, well, my nervous system is like, how do you explain it? Like I don't know, like a shock to your nervous system, or like anxiety in your nervous system. I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but anywho, I've had a lot of different things that have happened in my life and that have happened even the past 5 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Like